Super Smash Bros. Brawl came out in 2008, but it was actually supposed to come out in 2007. It was delayed for some fine-tuning and just to make the game that they wanted to release. And it was probably a good decision. It came out a very good game. But I think I might have preferred Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube. Now, there's things I like about both, but Melee kind of was more, I guess, focused on the fighting and the controls. There wasn't necessarily anything like tripping. There wasn't anything to level the playing field as much. Yeah, there were items, but there wasn't quite as much of a focus on them as there was in Brawl. In Brawl, there was some items that would pretty much win you the battle, or at least win you a life. And things like Final Smashes, which sort of evened the playing field. I guess it made it more casual friendly, which is smart. I mean, it was very successful. Maybe that additional focus on a casual audience bumped up their sales higher than Melee sold. Melee sold about 7 million copies and barely made it the most successful game on the GameCube. Now, Brawl sold about 12, which is pretty good. But the interesting thing about it is that while Melee was the most successful game on the GameCube, there were about 15 other games that sold more than 7 million copies. So if you're comparing 7 million on the GameCube and 7 million on the Wii had a lot more games that sold a lot better. Now there were still a lot of games that were above Brawl even at 12 million, which shows just how much casual interest was involved in the system. Now there were some things I liked about Brawl. There were a lot of new characters that I really liked. Lucario was fun, but I really liked the Pokemon trainer and that idea of being able to switch between 3 different fighters. It was kind of like Zelda and Sheik at an additional level. I also liked Ike. There were a lot of people that really hated Ike, but I liked him. And the inclusions of Sonic and Solid Snake were also pretty fun too, bringing in characters from different video games. Now that pretty much wraps up me covering the 2008 and 2007 years of the Wii, when they were really, really successful. Now don't get me wrong, there were further successes coming down the line for the Wii, but there was definitely a point within its life cycle where arrogance started to creep into Nintendo and its way of marketing the system and its expectations on what its fan base would do and what it wouldn't do. And we'll talk about that next.